Hey folks, happy Climate Strike Day. So Climate Strike, does anyone know what that was? It's all over the world today, and it's super exciting. It's super viscerally exciting, and we're live. And it is millions of children all over the world talking, marching, speeching, pleading, ordering, begging, cajoling about climate change. So this is Climate Strike Day. It was started by one young girl, I think in Sweden, Greta. She's now super famous, who just started skipping school on Fridays and protesting outside of Parliament, I think, around climate change. Some of you probably know more about it than me. But so I was just biking here on the way to do our daily or weekly podcast and video. We now have a new podcast series, elephantjournal.com/podcast. We just released Love, Loneliness, and Hot Boredom today. So on the way, I'm biking over, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of children and babies and parents and all kinds of people, but almost all children, who are doing the climate strike. So if you're old, I'm getting there. If you're old, maybe climate change is kind of important to you, or maybe you don't believe it, or you do believe in it. It's not really something you can believe in. It's not the tooth fairy. If you're young, climate change is for real. You're going to be living in a climate changed world. What's depressing and what's sad, you can see it right now on the numbers on how many people are live on Instagram and on Facebook. This is about a fifth of our normal numbers of people who watch. So if you're here watching, good work. You care. It takes bravery to care. And when you're brave enough to care, this magical thing happens called empathy. If you actually are brave enough to feel the fear, the overwhelming nature, no pun intended, of climate change, that means you're a warrior in the Buddhist notion of warriorship, which isn't about aggression. It isn't about selfishness. It isn't about machismo. It's about being brave enough to feel the fear that we are destroying the only planet, planet A, there is no planet B, that we have been given by God or by Mama Nature or by whomever. And we're messing up this magical creation. I'm always mystified that people care about aliens and watch TV shows about aliens. Who cares? Have you looked at Google like weird animals? Just Google that. Amazing animals. Nature is mind-blowing. Nature is unbelievably magical how it all works. The rainfall, I'm going to sound like I'm high. I am in Boulder, Colorado. But you know, the rain falls. It makes things grow. We can eat that stuff. That stuff absorbs carbon. It evaporates. It creates clouds. Then it creates snow sometimes. Nature is mind-blowing. Let's not mess it up. So Climate Strike Day is an international day. It reminds me of what? It reminds me more than anything of the Women's March. And for all of those, including myself, who say marches, protests, they're cute, they're nice, but they don't change anything. Look what happened 2 years after climate change. Laura, you big cynic. Literally, this lady, you're like the epitome of what's wrong with Facebook. But I'm not even going to blame Zuckerberg. I'm going to blame Laura. Laura says there's a video of these morons, in all caps, doing this in every city. It had to be schemed in the schools. Nobody knew a thing about it. Maybe that's because the only time you ever get off Fox News is to get on Facebook and conspiracy theory your butt. Laura, wake up. This is affecting real people. And people like you who claim ignorance aren't innocent. You're messing up our planet. We are all messing up our planet. You are hurting. As Jon Stewart said, anyone know Jon Stewart? He got on Crossfire years ago. He said, "You're hurting America. This isn't a game. It's not okay, Laura. Your kind of willful, aggressive ignorance doesn't depress me. It doesn't change anyone's minds. It makes you isolated and sad, and it hurts our planet. It hurts all of us. So I don't say F you. I'm not going to give you the dignity of returning your aggression. I'm going to say, check out science. It's cool. Okay, anything else? LMAO. Okay. Climate Strike, super inspiring. You can go to @WaylandLewis on Instagram. I put a bunch of photos of these signs, these children marching around, and the children shall lead the ignorant old adults. I wrote one simple little line there, which is, it is our role to protect our children. That's the most fundamental role of adults. And if we don't do that, it is clearly incumbent. The children have decided to not wait for people like Ryan, who says I'm sick for talking about this, or Laura. The children have decided not to wait, but to protect themselves, because clearly we're not standing up for them. So children, you guys are so inspiring. A lot of children, when you grow up, you're kind of taught how to be by your parents, by your schools, by your society, by your friends. And you're presented basically with two choices, just to make it simple. You're presented with a choice to be like, I want all the toys are mine. I want all the toys. If I don't have all the toys, I'm going to cry. The other choice is you become idealistic. You want to put shower heads on showers. You want to change the world to be kinder. You look at this world and you say, wow, this is an amazing, wonderful world, but there's clearly some injustice going on. Why is that? And you have a fresh point of view because you're new. And you say to your parents and you say to your schools, why can't we make things kinder and better? And that's what the children are doing today. And I would like to say that climate change is not a boring subject. Climate change is everything. Climate change is our economy. Climate change is jobs. Climate change is making wildfires so bad that you can't even breathe in the summer in Colorado for an entire month. And I'm not talking about Colorado wildfires. Wildfires from Washington, from California, are coming around half the US and making the air unbreathable. Climate change is going to ruin all of our lives. And the good news is we can still, if we get inspired and caring and motivated like these children in Climate Strike Day, we can still change a lot. Some things are going to be too late to help, but we can do a lot. So anything else? Lots of cool comments. Den says, we are the custodians and we have to show the children how to connect with the earth again, help them fall in love with nature instead of what next iPhone is about to be released. Yeah, and nothing's evil about iPhones, obviously, but we can get involved and caring. I think often, we boring adults say, video games are bad or iPhones are bad. And, they can be too much. So I'm totally agreeing with you. But at the same time, it's not like fun video games versus caring about climate change. We can have a fun life as children and care about the whole planet. All right, folks, big love to all of you, including Ryan. Yeah, here in Australia, people are slowly waking up to the truth. There is hope. So pollution is super related to climate change, obviously. Climate change is an overall problem. And yeah, we haven't protected, as someone was saying, Pet Keeper is saying, we haven't protected the children in countless ways, including guns, reasonable, common sense, bipartisan gun safety. Okay, big love to everyone. Climate Strike, I honor you guys. That was awesome. Check out our new podcast if you want, elephantjournal.com/podcast. And I put up a bunch of photos of amazing, inspiring Climate Strike signs on @WaylandLewis on Instagram. And I also put up stories of, in Boulder, Colorado, the local climate strike, including this little, she must have been like 5 or 6 year old redheaded girl who gave the speech about how she was sad, but she's not anymore. Please watch it. She inspired me. Children can lead us old folks. All right. Have a lovely day and a lovely weekend. That's in order. And I got fired up.